survival guns and watches, I'm going to be giving a little overview of the handguns that I've chosen to personally own and to use for target practice, but mostly for concealed carry and home defense. So I'm just going to go through each one and why I chose these guns. Okay, so going from, these are arranged, by the way, from the lower left according to weight. So this is going to be the lightest around and over to the Beretta, which is the heaviest. Okay, let's just jump into it and get started. Okay, the first gun that I have, I'm going to talk about why I chose it, is the Smith & Wesson Model 442. This is in 38 Special plus P rated, so you can carry quite powerful 38s in here. These guns have all been cleared, by the way. I'm not going to go through all 10 right now. Okay, there's no internal lock. I chose it because I don't like the Smith & Wesson internal lock, which in some cases have been known to break. A concealed hammer, it can be shot right from a pocket or put into a lightweight holster. Rubber boot grips help to absorb the recoil. It's got a smooth combat trigger. These are just the high points. I have detailed reviews on each one of these guns, or if I don't, I will be. A lot of these I have a detailed, probably a 20-minute review and feature set on a lot of these guns. So this is in all black. This is aluminum frame. And this weighs about 14.5 ounces. So this is the lightest gun I own. You can hardly know that you're wearing it. It's so comfortable. This is the airway. And as you can see here, I painted the front sight red. It was actually white, a base paint of white with red over that. Much easier to see than black on black.
Chamoru news right now.
Okay, so that's the 38. And I usually carry a speedboat in my pocket. The 5 round, because it's a 5 round cylinder. So I usually have 10 rounds on me. Very lightweight gun. Next up is the Charter Arms. At one point formerly known as Charco. It is the Charter Arms Bulldog. This is the 44 Smith & Wesson Special. This is the release for the cylinder latch. Look at those big holes. Now this is a big bore, lightweight handgun. It only weighs 19.5 ounces empty. On 23 ounces loaded. Battery is pretty good. These rubber grips help to absorb the recoil. It's rugged, reliable, and the double is really nice, and the single, it breaks like glass. This is a really nice example of the 44 Special Bulldog. So 19.5, 23 ounces carry, very comfortable to carry. It's not that big. It's got a 2.5 inch barrel, thereabouts. Smooth combat trigger, which you know I like, because I like to roll that really fast. You get a sharp root trigger and you can start making your finger get very raw. One of the modifications I did besides painting the front sight as well, like I did on the Smith, this was silver on silver, so it wasn't that easy to see. So I did my base coat of white enamel and then red enamel over that. It's not really elegant, but it works great and it's cheap. Obviously, when you paint these, if you do this yourself, I used a little brush, painted it white, let it dry for a couple hours, and then I painted red over that, and let it dry for a couple hours before use. External hammer, you could shoot a single line bucking wheel, and I buffed that down so it's not as sharp right now. In case your finger ever does hit that thing right or just opening it. Okay, that's the 44 Special Bulldog. Oh, this also comes in a really nice, this is stainless. There's a blackened stainless, and he applied olive drop tiger stripes to it. I normally don't like guns embellished like that, but it looks really nice. I might upgrade to that. Next on the list is a Walther PP, but it's actually under license to Mandarin. And any post-war Walthers you see are PPK or PP, PPKS. They're actually, all the parts are made in France at the Mandarin factory, shipped to Germany, and then they assemble it and put their proof marks on it. So if you end up with a post-war Walther PP or any of the variations, they're made at Mandarin. So a lot of people, don't talk very highly of the French guns, but these are exceptionally well made. Every bit as good as the Walther guns. And you can just see the fit extremely heavy, they all are, around 20 pounds, but very smooth. The single is really nice as well. This is in 32 ACP, or in Europe known as the 7.65 millimeter. And it's just 23 ounces, just a great gun. Magazines are available with a finger rest or a flat, so your pinky would go underneath. It's just a great, comfortable gun to hold and to shoot. It's just exceptionally well made. Doesn't fit into most of my purposes of use for defense and so forth, even though it could be carried. It's lightweight. But this is a decocker, so be careful decocking any of these weapons because over time they have been known to break. So I usually decock and I hold the hammer as it goes down. This does not have a magazine disconnect. These guns didn't have. This is a fun gun, and this is like a 98% condition. This was made in 1955. You know, close to 60 years old. You can make revolver automatics like that now for under $800. So, just a wonderful gun. Okay, moving on to the FN. This is Fabrique Nationale. This is the FNS. This happens to be the FNS 9, a 9 millimeter. And I like this gun way more than I ever thought I would. The grip is just phenomenal. And I bought this gun because of so many features. The sights are night sights, but in the daytime, they made the white on the front sight really prominent, so very easy to see. Really, really nice. Very powerful, but smooth. It's got a whole Picatinny rail, not just accessory rail, because there's all the grooves here. I like that as well. The grip is extremely comfortable. The gun is the trigger that's in the Glocks or XVs. All the controls are very easy to manipulate. It's got a ambidextrous mag release. And even though it's ambidextrous, it doesn't poke into the other side of the hand and restrict movement of that. That works exceptionally well. It's got a little safety, which is very difficult to put on by accident, but very easy to bring on. Everything is very smooth. It's got a little beaver tail. And all the features come together in this gun to make this just a great shoot. It comes with two. Just a flat and then a large. The FNP, I believe, comes with four. The front strap has serration. There's a really nice pattern all around, and it's aggressive, but doesn't chafe your hand at all. It's got a landing group here. But so many things come together to carry. But it is light enough, 24 ounces. That's a great thing. Okay, moving on to the Glock. This is a Glock 23. So we're going up. This is now 25. That was 24 ounces. This pushes 25. It's only 25 because I've got a stainless steel guide rod in here. Well, that's right. Well, just a half ounce more than the FN. Another great carry gun. Holds 13 rounds of 40 Smith & Wesson. This is a Glock Model 23, 4th generation. For over 500 foot-pounds. You're carrying a lot of power in a small package with this gun. This happens to have the night sights. And I chose this because of the power in a small package. Handles recoil really well. I added a extended slide release, which on a Glock means it becomes a normal slide release, like everybody else has. There's this, grab the slide when you want to reload or load. But it depends on the gun. You get to a Beretta 92 series, the FS model, and you could turn on the safety by accident and disable the gun. So it depends on the gun, on which way you're going to release the slide. There's nothing wrong with this, and have this as a backup, whatever you're comfortable with. I'll be doing a review of the Fortune Glocks pretty soon. This has compared to the previous generations, this has an oversized, but not high, but oversized mag release. It has a recoil reduction straps on, and that's how they got the grip frame smaller than the previous generations. That's a great gun. Okay, moving on up. 25 ounces in weight is going to be the HUK P2000 and 9mm. This has night sights. As you can see with the trend, I like night sights. While gunfight or self-defense happens at night. HUK reliability, rugged, fiberglass reinforced, polymer frame, polygonal rifling. A large ambidextrous slide release, Very comfortable, has the unconventional mag release, which is ambidextrous. You can use your thumb, you can use the other side, you can do both. I've done reviews on the USP. I'll be doing one on the P2000 soon. This holds, it's like a carry version with a flat floor plate for the magazine. This has the HE coating, hostile, or HE coating, hostile environment coating, back straps. This happens to be, and this has 4 different sizes. It's got small, medium, which is this, large, and extra large. Here's a lanyard, place for a lanyard here. Unlike the USP, which is right here, it's a safety and decocker. This one has no safety at all, just a decocker, and it happens to be right here, that little lever. You just push that down, that's it, that's how you decock. Very easy, easier than this way. You can use your offhand thumb, you just push down on that, and you're back safe with a double action. Really nice night sights. Really smooth. This breaks like a glass rod. This is from Germany. This is from 2004, and this is a standard Viper. Okay, moving on. We have next the Car Arms K40. Okay, the K40 is a great carry gun. It's a little bit heavier. Now we're up to 28 ounces. It's a heavy little beast. It absorbs the 40 caliber recoil really well. With the rubber grips, the L steel frame, there's hardly anything to get caught on. It says K40, right there, K40 car, Worcester, Massachusetts. Got an external extractor. This is all stainless. This is their blackened stainless version. Really smooth in the back, so there's no protuberances to bite you during recoil. Extremely comfortable to hold. I can get a full grip on there because it's got a mini finger grip on the magazine. The magazine holds 6 rounds. It's a really small grip. So I thought there was only 6 of the 40 in there. So 6 plus 1. I've got 3 magazines, they're all stainless. This is a double action only with no restrike like most. It's got a really strong spring side, so this assembly is a little bit of a challenge. You have to actually hit this pin maybe with a screwdriver or something, the back end of the screwdriver, after you move this back. I put the night sights on myself. I only wanted a front sight. Actually, was saving a little money, and I don't really need the rear sights. So I just put the front sight on night sight. Nice and bright in the daytime. And the T40 and the MK40 is the same exact gun, except T is a little bit bigger, and the MK is a little bit smaller. The concealed carry, and the MK is a really chunky little thing. So I think it holds 5 rounds, and then your gun looks like that. It's a great gun. That's why I chose it. Next up, we have the XD45 Service, the compact. This is actually a 4-inch barrel. If you look at the 9 and the 40, the compacts have smaller barrels and look something like this. But on the 45, we kept the full-size 4-inch of the service model and just reduced the grip so it holds 10 rounds instead of 13. This is a great gun because you can actually carry this. This is 28 ounces, weighs the same as the car. Rugged and reliable. There's some issues with XD45s to be aware of. There's a lot of them have a failure to feed, and that's only because of the magazine springs sometimes get weak. So you take your magazine spring and you replace them with the AGP aftermarket springs, which cost about $8 a piece, and you're going to be good to go and be back reliable with these XD45s. So the pluses outweigh that minus. It doesn't have a removable backstrap, but it fits my hand very well. It's got a safety in the trigger. But the reason why I chose this is because it's extremely accurate and controllable for the 45 ACP. I really like trigger pull because it's single action only, regardless of what they tell you, safe assurance trigger or whatever, but really it's a fully cocked striker. So that's why the triggers on these are so good, even though people call it mushy. It's very light and easy to pull a trigger because it's just releasing the sear on the striker. That's all it's doing. The great things about this gun is it has a very visible and a tactile chamber indicator. It's not really obtrusive like a lot of guns have become lately. So it's very subtle, but you know right away that it's loaded. It also has a striker indicator that it's cocked. This happens to have regular sights, 3-dot sights. It's got the melanite coating, or what are these things?